What is up, YouTube? Not a lot of energy on this intro, but this is the realistic vlog. Just me living my life. But welcome to vlog 2, week in the life of the strong trader. If you're wondering why I'm so cacked, it's because I just competed yesterday. I competed in my 14th powerlifting meet yesterday. And it went pretty cool. I had some cool lifts. Highlight reel, cue it, go.
Biggest breath of your life. Let's go.
Tanner Owings, 622 pounds, third attempt. Let's go 3 for 3 here. Let's do it. Come on, Tanner. Right now, you got this. Power it up.
Drive it.
Oh, room to spare. And the lift is. First year here, we started in 2005 in Pasadena. LA Fit Expo.
Let's go! Yeah!
Let's go! Get behind it!
Wake up!
Let's go! Let's go! Here we go, Tanner! Come on! Here we go! All right!
So, as you can see, squatted 622, benched 402, and I deadlifted 716 pounds for a total PR of 1740 between all 3 lifts. I competed in the 242 pound weight class, and honestly, it was a great day. It was super, super fun. I love competing. Like I said, it's my 14th meet. I've been doing it for a long time. But today I'm cooked. I am like so cooked. I'm exhausted. I didn't trade this morning. Thank God. One thing you learn is as you develop and become a better trader, you just learn when you're like, dude, all the odds are against you. I don't care what setup is there. I am exhausted. I'm not going to make any logical decisions today. I'm going to be stupid. So today I've kind of just been literally chilling. It's like 1 o'clock right now. I'm just so tired. I do have a group call at the Strong Trading Group Coaching team. So that will be coming up at 3:30. Hopefully, can muster up a little bit of energy for that, which should be good. Always trying to provide value and help you guys grow as traders. If you're interested in joining the Discord, we do offer group coaching. Check that out. I know I haven't really promoted too much coaching on here yet, but we'll get into that more as vlogs go on. But I'll put the link in the bio. Check out Strong Trading. We do offer group coaching and one-on-one coaching. So that's pretty much it for today. I don't have a lot to share on this Monday. I just wanted to come here, intro the vlog, say what up, say I'm exhausted, say thank you to everyone that's been supporting me on my powerlifting journey, because I got so many DMs on Instagram and just so much support overall. So it was awesome just to feel that and see all the love from you guys. So that's all I got for today. Like I said, I'm just going to be cacked and sideways all day, but tomorrow we'll be back in action with like back to the grind, back to the routine. We're going to be streaming in the morning. We're going to be taking coaching calls. We're going to go lift. I'll actually take you guys to the gym tomorrow. I promise. And we'll get back into the swing of things. So that's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Rise and grind, as the young kids say. Oh, tired. Tuesday. I didn't nap enough yesterday. I should have napped more, honestly. My nervous system just still feels like I got hit by a truck. My apartment is a mess. It is a mess. Look at this, just junk everywhere. Stuff from the meat I still need to clean up. Gang, sick. Junk food. Literally junk food. I don't normally eat like this, but for meat, on meat day, you share a bunch of snacks with people, so it's just junk. So that's another thing I need to do today is clean up all this shit. But it's Tuesday. We're going to try our best to have a normal, productive day. Back in action. Fuck being tired. This is just part of it. Just back to the grind. It is what it is. So not concerned about just like trading per se today, in the sense of like, oh, I got to make sure it's a good trading day and I got to make money. Well, I got to make sure it's a good trading day in the sense I follow my rules and do the right thing. That's what I want to focus on today. That's what I need to focus on today. So focus on checking the boxes today, doing what needs to be done, and then getting our lift in, signed up in a new gym. So I'm excited for that. A new gym is just always awesome. New energy, new atmosphere, new vibes. It's going to be good. So me and Brooke are really excited about that. Just going to the new gym. And then got some client calls today. Multiple. I got like 3 client calls today. I'll take you guys through some trade review today. Take you through a whole bunch of stuff. So let's make some oatmeal. Have a banana. Have some electrolytes. Some Edge. Shout out Edge. Code right here. 10% off strong. Save you on some trading supplements. And let's get the day going. Okay. Unfortunately, it was red on my top 1 futures accounts today. I honestly broke some rules. And I just traded too early, too close to the open. This is something I just consistently struggle with. It's just like, I see a setup, but I know time is important. But I'm like, oh, but it's kind of reacting and doing what I want to see because I'm looking for a bounce, a reaction at like a level. Doesn't bounce, or it does bounce, then doesn't follow through, ends up running me over after. And that's like a big, tough part of my strategy for sure, is like I never know how it's going to bounce, if it's going to V-shape, if it's going to double bottom, if we're going to sweep and then go. But like when I get a reaction at the level, I want to get involved. I keep my risk small. I tried it twice. First time, small loss. Second time, it really looked like it was going to bounce. I added to it, and it was too much risk, and I ended up getting run over. Is what it is. So, red on the day trading portion of things, but I have a swing trade open on Alibaba, and this is your guys' first look at it. I posted on my story a little bit on Instagram, but I think this is going to be my first 6-figure trade. 6-figure trade. I know that sounds crazy, and to me even it sounds crazy, but I think it is. Check it out. I'll show you. So I have a shit ton of options contracts. I'm currently up $32,000 on it. Baba is just a beast. Finally broke out of this big descending wedge, and we're on day 2 of this breakout. I'm holding this shit. Look at these calls. It's like I got March 20th, I got June 18th, I got September, and I got even next year. Only ones I'm a little worried about is the March, because it is in 2 months. But the way we're going, we're cruising. So they do have earnings February 19th. So we'll kind of see what I'm going to do up until then. Like, I'm obviously going to hold it until earnings. I just think the tough decision I'm going to make is if we're at 190 or something, or 180s. Like, I don't know. If we're way up there right before earnings, it's like, do I risk holding all those contracts through earnings, right? It's a gamble, and I'm not a huge fan of doing that. So I don't really care about the June ones and like the September ones. I'll hold those through earnings because they have plenty of time to recover. It's just the March ones I'm a little nervous about. So we kind of just have to see how this breakout, again, like shapes up, how we continue and all that type of stuff, and go from there. But earnings could also be the catalyst to fucking rocket this thing into like 220s. And I'll make like, if that happens, I think I would make like 150 grand on the play, which would be fucking crazy. So we'll see how that pans out. Anyways, that's it for today. Is what it is. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I'm also just still tired recovering. So I kept my losses controlled, hit my daily max loss on the top 1 account, and that's it. So we're just gonna go from there. Let's continue with the day. Have a good day. Let's go walk. Let's go read. Let's go get some coffee. That's what makes it a real good day, right? Is just getting away from this nonsense and craziness. So that is the plan. Let's do it. Back in Dana Point, and I'm with Brooke, as you guys just saw. We're walking. But she just asked me a really good question, because honestly, I don't feel like doing this today. I don't feel like showing up on this vlog. I'm fucking tired. I'm exhausted still from my competition this past weekend. And she asked me just now a really good question. I was like, I don't feel like doing this, whatever. I just got to get it done. And she said, what'd you say, babe?
I said, if you were your own client and you were coming to your session saying exactly what you just said, what would the coach tell you to do?
And that's a really, really good question. Because in that scenario, I would say almost like a Hermosi type deal, fuck your mood, follow the plan. Sometimes it's going to be like that, where you just like don't feel like doing certain things, but you got to just do what you got to do, because showing up in execution ultimately leads to the growth of what we're trying to do and develop. And that's just like the personal development thing in a nutshell, right? The book that I'm reading, The Slight Edge, I just read a chapter, and it was all about the 95% who fail versus the 5% who succeed. And the biggest thing is taking responsibility versus blaming. And it kind of leads into this exact point, right? I could blame that I'm tired and I just don't feel like it and stuff like that. Or I could take responsibility and be like, well, I made those choices to go compete and do that and live this type of life. So be grateful for it and just show up and do what I'm supposed to do. But take note of it as well. So that's what I'm doing. So I think it was a really good question that she just sparked my mind with, because that concept of just like, what do you have to do day to day? What are the things, like what are the boxes that need to be checked in order to understand that you are making progress towards your goals, right? And this isn't just trading related. This is like everything in life. Like, what are you trying to get better at? But if we want to relate it specifically to trading, it's like, did you follow your rules, right? This morning, no, I didn't. I broke one of my rules right off the bat. I didn't wait 20 minutes before taking my first trade. And that literally caused me to have my red day. Everything else luckily was controlled and all the other rules were followed. But because I made that choice to not follow my 20-minute rule, it caused me to have the red day, then feel kind of down on myself because I didn't follow my rules. It's the only reason I'm bummed. I can take a red day, it doesn't matter, but when I break my rules and then I had a red day, I get bummed. So it's kind of what bled into this like feeling of being exhausted and being like, oh, I don't want to show up, I don't want to do it. But I know what I need to do right now is do this and be in the sun and walk and show up and just do and just keep going. So
in both cases, it was you being accountable to your own personal goals, but the first time you broke them and the second time you followed them.
Exactly.
And now you feel better.
And now I do feel better, especially with the sun beating on me and this beautiful view. So, you know, just a little perspective, guys. Sometimes you just gotta show up and and just do what you gotta do. What do they say? Just gotta suck today's dick. I don't know if that's what they say. All these people who like me are like, this guy's crazy.
I say that.
Feeling a little bit better though. All right, that's what I needed. Anyways, here's the walk. I got a client after this, one-on-one coaching call with my dude Michael. Then gonna go to the gym, and I will take you guys to the gym and walk you through some stuff. So that'll be fun. But onward and upward. What is up? We are headed to go train. So feeling a little bit better. Like I said, I got some sunlight just now, some caffeine. I got some pre-workout over here, so I got more caffeine. We will be good. Also, I'm really, really excited. I have a brand new block of training when it comes to lifting. I know some of you guys actually asked about this on the last vlog. You want to see more like insights on my training, insights on, you know, my nutrition, my lifting and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you some Sam Sulek style type chatting right now. When it comes to training after a meet, one of the biggest things I love to do more than anything is like get back into like some blood flow, some pumpage. So I'll probably throw it up here on the screen. Check it out. But basically, this is funny block title. No dilly dally. 1800s a total I'm going to be chasing. But if you guys know how to read any of this, basically it's just a lot of volume, a lot of sets and reps, because coming off of meet, I want to get a lot of blood flow. I want to get a lot of volume. I want to get back in the swing of things. I want to pump up. I want to fill the muscles back up with some glycogen, you know, and all that good stuff, and water and everything. So I'm really excited because a fresh pump right after a meet usually feels so good. So I'm really excited to go train today. There's no pressure to push anything heavy. Like literally the focus is just blood flow, just movement, all that type of stuff. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. I have close grip bench today and then a whole bunch of accessories. And I'm going to a brand new gym. I just signed up for this new gym called Curl Fitness. It's around here in Southern California. Unfortunately, there isn't too many powerlifting gyms. I have my Papa Squat's gym, SoCal Strongman. Shout out Papa Squat. I love going there. But also, like, when I want to get my pump on and stuff like that, I don't mind training in commercial gyms. It's not a huge deal to me. Also, me and Brooke could both go to this gym together. So we signed up, and there's a brand new one opening in Laguna Niguel pretty close to us. So for that reason, this seemed like a really good fit. So for now, we're going to the one that's in Costa Mesa. It's a little bit of a drive. It's like 20 minutes, but I was driving like almost 20 minutes to the EOS in San Clemente anyways, so it's about the same thing. So I don't really mind, is what it is. So, but regardless, I'm really excited to go there and train, get some reps in, get some pumpage in, and feel really good. Hopefully I don't fucking crash while I'm vlogging and driving for you guys right now. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And just getting some blood flow work in. So I'll see you guys at the gym and kind of update with some stuff. I'll film some stuff on my phone. I don't know if the audio quality is going to be that good because I don't have a mic for this thing. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But let's get moving and grooving on the training and go from there. And as per usual, if you guys have any questions on training specifically, like for lifting, just pop them in the comments below. I love answering all that shit all the time. Like, I'm not like a fitness coach, but I know a damn well lot of shit about lifting. I have done coaching in the past for lifting. I just don't do it anymore. I definitely don't have time for that shit, but I love answering questions on it. Not too many people ask me stuff on it. So obviously I'm a trading influencer. So it's like whenever it comes to lifting and training, I really, really love to be able to talk about it. So feel free to do that. But yeah, we'll see you at the gym. Okay. We just made it to this new gym. It's called Curl Fitness. And it's pretty dope. This is the one in Costa Mesa. It's really big. So they have like just like a bunch of like brand new equipment, which is really nice. That's what I really like about it. But like I said, they're opening the one in Laguna Niguel, which is really close to my house. So that's going to be dope when that eventually opens. But today we have like a whole bunch of upper body work. So it's going to be like a close grip bench and just like a whole bunch of accessories, stuff like that. So I'm going to warm up right now. Everything I do for warm-ups pretty much is always just like with a band. I just like to get a lot of mobility, a lot of dynamic warm-ups. No stretching, stuff like that. Stretching you don't need to stretch. You need to move. You need blood flow, you need movement, you need circulation. So we're gonna do a whole bunch of warm-up stuff with the band right now. We're gonna do close grip bench press, and then we're gonna get into just doing a bunch of accessory stuff and get a nice pump. So that's gonna be the plan. Okay, so I have a top set of 6, RP 5 to 6. For anyone that doesn't know the RP scale, basically it's rate of perceived exertion. So very simple. It's like how many reps you have left in the tank. So it's all kind of based on how you feel for the day. There are some percentages you can correlate with it, but like usually an RP 9 means you have 1 more rep in the tank. RP 8 means you have 2 more, you know, and so on and so forth, depending on the sets, right? So I have a top set of 6 at RP 5 to 6, meaning I should be able to do 6 reps and have roughly 4 to 5 reps left in the tank. So that's kind of where I'm at. I just hit 225 for 6, close grip tempo. That's also what the tempo is. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. But I'm just like still winded from the meet and tired, just because my cardio kind of sucks and I haven't done reps in a while. So we'll definitely go up. But the whole point of intro week, getting back into things after the meet, is just blood flow. I'm not trying to push it. I'm not trying to, you know, push PRs at all. I'm literally trying to get blood flow. So that's the whole point right now and whole focus. So let's keep going. Probably do 245 next or 250. And then maybe call it, I don't know. My hand's kind of messed up too. Look at that. That shit's crazy. That's like the divot? I don't know what I'm saying. It's like, it's just from like pushing into the bar super hard. So interesting spot for a callus. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, bench is done. I ended up just doing that 250 for 6, and then I did a back down set of 225 for 6. So I'm already winded and gassed. Everything else is just accessories, so you're just gonna see a bunch of pump work after this, like a montage of pump stuff. And that's pretty much it. Again, post-meet, really just the goal is blood flow. Side note, I'm at a brand new gym, pretty cool. Already had 2 people come up to me and be like, yo, your shirt's really sick, I love your shirt. And so, repping the Strong Trading brand. Some traders here, love to see that. So, always cool when other people come talk trading with me in public. So, really, really cool. Let's go get a pump. Mission accomplished. So that's one of my training sessions. Looks very different when I get to close to competition, because when I'm close to comp, obviously, like I said, stuff's heavier and whatnot. This is fresh post comp, so it's like when you go through all the training cycles, you're going through like a bunch of these different kind of like mini goals to push towards that bigger macro goal, and the mini goals all ultimately like add up towards the bigger picture goal, right? So it's like the current focus in this specific block of training is just volume, blood flow, movement, kind of get back into the swing of things, rebuild kind of like, some general physical preparedness, GPP as some call it. Then eventually get back into like the strength swing of things, do sets of like 5, sets of 3s, heavy doubles, all that type of stuff. But there's like there's a purpose for all of it, and there's like a time for all of it. And that's something like a lot of people, they don't have structure, right? It's the same thing with trading. It's like you need structure in order to understand what is your macro goal. Let's relate it to trading structure-wise. If you're coming in on a day that there's no news, nothing really going on, your structure and focus for that day is just like base hits and be safe. Versus maybe it's a day post earnings, or like there's a big Fed announcement or something. Maybe your focus is to be more aggressive because you know the odds of a big market moving day are there. So you want to be able to swing the bat and be prepared for it. Same thing with lifting. It's like, I want to know structure-wise what I'm coming into and what I'm dealing with, not just like random. It's like I am setting expectations for the session. So I'm setting expectations for my lifting session, knowing that I'm coming in here to get a pump, to get some movement, to get out. So that was actually a very fast lift, pretty quick. I did it in I think an hour and 15 minutes, which is very, very like nothing for me. Usually my sessions take like at least 2 hours. But like when I squat and I deadlift too, I have to do a lot more like warming up and breathing and like all that type of stuff. I can kind of just like cruise into bench for the most part. It just like doesn't require that much prep. And then obviously if I know I'm not pushing it intensity wise, I don't need to prepare as much because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be safe. I'm not lifting at like maximal loads. So that was the goal. We got in, we got out, and now we're getting some steps in. That's it. Again, new gym, pretty cool. You can kind of see everything from up here. Bird's eye view of everyone, pretty dope. But that is my training for you guys. I'm glad I finally was able to take you guys through a workout. I know that was something I was asked about in the last vlog a lot, is like, what's my training look like? And I'll take you through plenty other days, because obviously training is a huge part of my life besides just trading. That's where strong trading comes from, right? So that was that. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna finish up some steps here and then get back home. I got a coaching call and then get some food in. Then we're gonna do some review. So I'll take you guys through some trading review. I think that'll be cool as well for you guys to see. So see you then. What is up? I hope you guys enjoyed the workout and all the pumpage and behind the scenes stuff. I actually love fucking sharing shit on that. So it's cool that I got to include that in the vlog. So now, next part of the day, it is a little bit later. I had lunch and kind of just chilled for a second. And I had some coaching calls, had to do some of that stuff. But back to the charts, and now we're doing review. And I know this is a big requested thing is looking at some review. Like, how do I do review? How do I go through the day and review shit? So I wanted to share and go over this trade with you guys that I took today on RTY. It didn't work. It was a failed trade. It was a red trade. But this is why it's so important to do review, because I'm looking back through this trade and it actually wasn't a bad trade necessarily. It was just a failed setup. And this is something that's very, very difficult for a lot of traders, even still difficult for me, because I'm like, why the fuck didn't it work? It's like, sometimes it's just not gonna work. It's like, it's probability. It's like, that's trading. Sometimes you could have a setup that you take all the time and market conditions and other things, it just didn't work. And like, that's okay. That's okay. And doing this review makes me feel better about it, not to be like, dude, like you screwed up so hard. It's like, no, it's just a failed setup. Of course, there is some takeaways always. And like, that's kind of what I'm, why we do review, to see like, okay, what could have prevented me from like not taking this in the future? Or like, would I always take this in the future? Or were there any other variables that are going to impact this to make it like potentially better? So this is why we do review. So let's walk through this trade real quick together. I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of explain what I'm seeing here. So hopefully you guys can see this and it's not too blurry or crazy, but basically this was a setup I took on RTY today. Let me zoom in even more so you can kind of see it here. So one thing is I play a lot of key level reactions, right? So it's like basically whenever we have some sort of key level, this was 2650 on RTY. This was a key level on the daily chart. If I go to the daily chart here, this was just literally a retest of the prior highs kind of here. And today, this was the daily bar here. So it pulled back super hard off of news. And basically I was looking for that retest initially after the open, right? Because we have this big news bar, kind of comes back, boom, dumps, comes into that level, a daily retest of the highs. This is something that I look for a lot, and when I play my key level reactions, is I'm looking for a reaction at the level, and then something to work with, signal bar wise, to take this trade. So long off the overshoot / failed attempt at the lower level, right? At the key level. So here we have the test, come down, we overshoot it, and then we hold again. This for me, this is money, guys. I love this shit. I would take this 10 out of 10 times. Ends up starting to work. I get long right here. A little too high, but not too bad. Because again, this is not that much risk involved. It's only about 5 points. And what happens? Boom. It just ends up failing. I get stopped out, unfortunately. Failed setup, right? So end up taking a loss on this trade, $280, whatever. It's also just it's a funded account. I don't really care. It is what it is, but again, it's just like I'm still reviewing my setups and going over like what is like working, what's not working. What again, would I take the setup again in the future? Was it just RTY today? Whatever it is. So like I just showed you, that was just a failed setup. Like I'd probably take that 10 out of 10 times, but the kicker that I wouldn't take that 10 out of 10 times is what time did it happen? So for me, I literally wrote down here time. This was too early. I took it right around 6:45. Remember, I'm on the West Coast, so you can call it 9:45 for your East Coast folks. This is just like a little bit too early for me. My best setups come after 6:50, like literally after here. So if I would have waited till like my normal time, like literally if I just set like a timer of 20 minutes and wait until then, and I always just don't take anything until then, I probably would have skipped this completely and then saw where you started to reject it and then literally just avoided the trade altogether. And I wrote down here, as you can see, best setups for you come after 20 minutes / 30 minutes after New York Open. So what do we learn here, right? And like that's me actually marking up the chart, and then I'm actually going to show you kind of like what my trade review looks like, because it's not just that, right? So I want to write about the play and be detailed about the play. I do have a structure that I teach all my one-on-one clients. I'm giving you guys the free sauce here of actually how I do it. I have 4 exact prompts: trade idea, big picture, the setup itself, main mistake, the good, and the takeaway. So I use these 4 prompts on every single trade to go over. Trade idea, big picture is really like the big picture over idea. This is a daily key level reaction play. I am looking at the bigger picture of what's going on, trying to figure that out. Daily key level reaction. Then the setup itself. I basically describe the setup in detail, kind of what's been going on with it, kind of like my reasoning for it, and I walk through almost like a story of what's happening. I do that, and then like I try to put little gems in there that I'm going to remember for next time potentially to get better. So my best setups come after 6:50. This is around 6:45, just a bit too early. VIX was also elevated today, bringing some weakness overall. And we had JP Morgan earnings, which were weak, which were bringing down some other indices, which might have carried over into RTY, I believe. Nothing to cry about here, but the lesson is for sure time needs to be the priority, right? Then my main mistake was time, just not being patient enough off the open, being too aggressive too fast. The good takeaway after reviewing this actually wasn't a bad setup. It just failed. So even here in the setups, key level bounce setup, I tag failed setup. So I'm always doing this review pretty much for, every trade I take for the most part, unless it's a complete junk trade where I'm just like, that was like a tilt trade or something stupid. I don't review it. I literally would just look and like, I'll tag maybe like tilt trade or like, this is stupid. But when I'm doing review, I'm trying to be intentional with it. I'm trying to look and be like, is this a repeatable setup for the future that I would see over and over and I would put risk against? Because while I trade a lot of these funded accounts and I do take payouts, obviously, like I took $166,000 in payouts last year, like I know how to take payouts, I can. It's also just kind of a different game because I'm still trying to like develop like what are my best setups? And like I'm really good at key level reactions. Those are like some of like my top playbooks that I love. But again, there's like criteria that makes some key level reactions better than others. There's also criteria that makes some key level reactions worse than others. And so little things, it's all about the nuances. It's all about little stuff like this. Like time is a huge thing for me personally. This is something I've just learned is like time is important. So when a setup like this fails today, like it did fit a lot of the criteria of stuff I'm looking at and like kind of would normally take. That's why I say like it's not a terrible setup. But the big kicker was time for me, and that's kind of my thing to review. So for tomorrow, what does that mean? That means my biggest focus tomorrow is not fucking trade the first 20 minutes. And this is something I consistently battle with all the time because like I'll come into levels and get tests and stuff like that, and it'll be before the first 20 minutes. And yeah, sometimes it totally works fine and I can get away with it. But again, it's about probabilities of like out of 100 trades, how many times is that going to work? And this is where data collection comes in and a lot of that stuff. And I've noticed that like, you know, maybe 2 out of 10 times, 3 out of 10 times it works to take a trade before the first 20 minutes for me personally, but the other 7 or 8, like it doesn't. So again, just basic statistics and probability. I'm like, dude, just sit out the first 20 minutes, just fucking miss it. But it's hard in the moment because of course you got FOMO, you see this, you see the setup, you see a spring, you see like a good entry model, whatever it is, and you want to get involved in it. And like, that's why I got in this today. I also, not to blame it, but I was still really tired today from my powerlifting competition. Like I just wasn't thinking straight on stream really. So anyways, it is what it is, but that's why we review. So I'm really excited that I was just able to show you guys this. I feel like I was just flowing really well with it. So hopefully this is the one take wonder here on the vlog. This is why I love vlogging as well. I don't feel like I have to put tons of like effort into, you know, making these crazy structured videos. This is me just flowing. This is one take, but I'm really stoked I could show you guys that, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarity on like, do your fucking review. It's important. Like this is why we do review, because like, again, like, you know, I do this over and over so many times to be like, okay, this was a good setup. This is something I would take in the future, but like, what's one more criteria I could look for? Okay, well that time aspect is really, really important. So that's all I wanted to share on that. I hope that helped you guys. I know a lot of you have been asking, you know, at least from last video, you guys were asking, I want to see some review. I want to see some review. And you guys were asking before, you want to see stuff on my workouts. So this vlog, I included my workouts and I included some review. So hopefully that helps you. But that's going to be it for today, Tuesday. I'm just about to, you know, log off the computer, go have dinner with Brooke and just chill. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's a new day. Hopefully I can follow my rules and follow up with you guys in the morning. And then we'll go from there. So peace. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm not as tired this morning. I know the past, like every morning I'm always like, good morning, I'm so tired. Not as tired this morning. So that feels good. That's a W already to start off the day. We're gonna make some food and then implement some changes for trading. I'm gonna trade on live stream again today. And the biggest focus today, based on yesterday's review, is just to fucking sit out 20 minutes no matter what. Sit there, chill. I don't care if the best setup in the world looks like it's happening the first 12 minutes, 13, 18. I will wait a full damn 20 minutes before taking trade no matter what, because I know that benefits me the most. So that's the plan this morning. Today we got... What do we got today? Let's see. The handy dandy. Okay, I have trading and streaming. I have a team check-in with Lawrence and Brian. Go read. Coaching call. Training. Coaching call. Trade review. Scorecard. And then tomorrow is the really big stock day. So that's the plan today. I'll probably bring you guys probably on another walk, check in with you after trading, and see what we can get and muster up and kind of get chatting about for the vlog. Right now, first things first, carbs, oatmeal, banana. By the way, this is so good. Cream of rice. It is so good. I lived off this during prep. It was very, very good. One of my favorites. So, we're going to get some carbs in us, some food in us. We're also going to get some electrolytes in us. You already know the deal. Focus Fuel. Shout out Edge Supplements. My fave, the HydroFlow. The electrolytes. These are so, so good. I love the taste of these. If you don't know about Edge Supplements, I talked about them a little bit in my last video. Brand new company that focuses on supplements specifically for traders. If you guys are interested, check them out. I'll put the link in the description of the video. Use code STRONG to save 10% at checkout. And be on the lookout because I think they're going to do a big giveaway in the next couple weeks. So I'll be giving away a bunch of Edge supplements, so that'll be super cool. So that's the first thing this morning that we're going to focus on and get going with. Let's rock and roll. All right, I just got fucking cooked. Let's talk about it. Even though I don't feel like it, but this is the reality of trading, and I'm trying to show you guys the ups and downs, the realistic part of it. So I lost $6,200 today. Real money, not sim prop money. It was an options play. I lost $6,200. I took a trade on MSTR. That was a gap and go today. And it had a crazy just like rip off the open, like went from like 177 up to 190. And then pulls back pretty hard, like rejects 190 hard, pulls back, but it pulls back into VWAP, which is 184. So I'm like, okay, nice pullback. And then it starts to hold VWAP, like really, really well. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. This is looking good. And I love the gap and go overall. Like the sentiment behind MSTR, bigger picture, there's like a weekly reversal. And I'm like, okay, I kind of like this. It's bouncing off the 200 period weekly moving average. Thesis wise, I was like, oh, this makes sense. I really, really like this. So I got long at VWAP. I was like, okay, cool. It's a really good spot to get long. So I get long at VWAP. And then when I get long at VWAP, it's holding. And I'm like, oh, this is good, dude. I need to add to this. I add to it. I get pretty big. Actually, like one of the biggest day trades I've ever had capital-wise. I think I had like 9K in it, 9 or 10K. A lot of money for me in a trade for sure. But I had a lot of conviction in it. It looked really good. I liked the overall thesis. Like all the stars were aligning. And then all of a sudden, like we're holding VWAP. It's looking good. It's going sideways. It's still holding it. Nothing wrong with it. And then eventually, like we start to push out of it and I'm up like 2,500. It's looking good. I'm like sick. And then we just start to reject 187 3 times in a row on 3 different 5-minute bars. And I'm like, okay. And then we just get a flush and I'm like, damn. And then we get back below VWAP and we come back into support. We're around like 184. And I was like, oh shit. And then I'm like, okay, well, it's still until we break that. It's not over yet. And then finally we consolidate there and then boom, we flush down hard, like down into 180. And I just get obliterated and I'm like, oh my God, I have to take my stop. Clearly, boom, $6,000 loss. They were weekly contracts, expired this week. Unfortunate, sucks. Does it feel good? No. Am I stoked? No. But it's reality also sizing up. And I'm kind of like, I'm not like insanely bummed on it. I'm like, yeah, obviously I don't want to lose $6,000. It's terrible. But you guys saw last week in the last vlog, I made 20 grand on that play on like Tuesday or some shit, day trade. And then on Friday, I made another 8 grand on another play, but I didn't record it and put it in the vlog. So I made $28,000 last week and I lost, 6 today. It is what it is. Like, this is kind of part of like the reality of like growing and developing, right? Like, you want to become a big trader, you want to make real big money. Okay, well, you better be able to stomach some big losses, bro. Like, it's like, that's part of the game. You don't get to just make a bunch of money and not take losses. It is part of the game. So that's what I'm coming on here to kind of just like debrief with you guys and like let you know. That's what happened. It sucks. I'm not stoked. Like I said, I sat there longer than I wanted to. I didn't walk. I didn't read. I'm bummed on that. Fucked up my morning. That's kind of why I don't like pushing it and doing that shit sometimes. But when there's opportunity, as traders, we kind of try to seize it. And then, of course, sometimes it just doesn't work. And that's that. So that sucks, but it is what it is. So anyways, we're going to go lift and recoup and then move on with the day. Probably gonna chill out on options the rest of the week. I just don't want to be pushing it. I don't want to get in this cycle of like I need to make that back now and then like potentially dig my hole deeper. I need to like relax. And like today was like really aggressive too. Like 10 grand in a day trade. Fuck, that's really aggressive for me. So I need to chill, need to pull back and like recognize that and realize that. So that's the plan. But anyways, just want to come update you guys because again, you need to see the good and the bad because that's the reality of trading. It's not just straight up in the air, as much as we wish it was. It's not. So that's that. Time to go train. I'm not going to take you guys through my training like I did yesterday. I just have a long leg day, and honestly, I kind of just want to fucking do my thing. The car almost crashed into me. That was sick. I just want to do my thing and just train and do it. So that's what I'm going to do. I will see you guys later today, though. Oh man. Guys, I'm cooked today, honestly. here's a part of trading that not a lot of people share is like, dude, it's not sunshine and rainbows. It's stressful, even deep into it, and it weighs on you, especially just as a man. God, like it's just so much pressure to like perform and like and provide, and I'm just trying to be real with you guys right now. Like shit, it was a day. Honestly, it was a long day where I took that fat loss this morning, like I kind of told you guys about. Wasn't stoked on it, and like I was fine. Like it's not a huge deal, ultimately. But then I didn't have a good workout. I like my elbows had like kind of crazy tendonitis from benching yesterday, and like my body just like wasn't ready to squat and stuff like post competition. It was just still so exhausted, and like honestly, I just felt like shit after that. I felt like emotional, and I was just like, oh, I feel like a failure. I'm losing money. I can't lift. Like oh, everything sucks, and just my perspective was terrible, and just like it was just a stressful day, honestly. So, but I just had a cool. Couple calls with some clients. It's always good chatting with them because it's like I feel like in those scenarios I can like show up and lead well. So that feels good. And I had some awesome calls, just like getting a bunch of structure with these dudes and like, you know, hyping them up and providing clarity on their trading. And so that's always like the best feeling is when something clicks on a call. We're like, oh my God, I didn't see that before. Like, oh, I've never thought about doing this process or building out this process. This is awesome. I can't wait to do it. So that was good. That really helped me. But I'm just cooked. Like, honestly, today I'm just cooked. I'm exhausted. Like, I did a little bit of review earlier, kind of went over a few things. But honestly, it's like, I'm over it today. I'm done today. I'm exhausted. So gonna kind of just write off the rest of the day. But I'm just being real with you guys. It's like, you know, influencers always show, look how sick my life is, dude. Like, you know, oh my God, this and that, especially in the trading space. Here's my Lambo, here's this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I got some cool days and stuff. And like, I'm grateful for my scenario, like my environment, you know, I'm so grateful for it. I create my own schedule, you know, I make solid money and like, I get to just do what I want to do ultimately. So that I am super grateful for. But still, it's like it's exhausting sometimes, and sometimes I don't feel like I'm performing well, and then like you know also that. So sometimes it's heavy. So again, just trying to be real with you guys. Like sometimes you're gonna feel like shit, and you gotta just embrace it. It is what it is, and just keep going. So, anyways, but I just want to chime in here. I'm gonna go chill the rest of the day. Have some dinner with my girlfriend and just relax, kind of like decompress. Tomorrow's a new day, and it'll be a better day. You know, it will. Tomorrow's a brand new day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's Thursday, January 15th. I'm not too tired this morning. Got some decent sleep. Feel pretty good. Here's the morning breakfast, the pre-trading breakfast. Already got it done. Oatmeal with some cinnamon, some honey, some banana, and some granola. And then, of course, some Edge Focus Fuel and some Edge Hydroflow. Seriously, every morning I love drinking this shit, guys. It just tastes good, too. Love it. So we sit down, we're gonna game plan, get ready for the open. No excessive options plays today. Also, I peeked at some setups already a little bit here and there. And I really only like to take options if like either the indice play is like lining up really well, and usually that has to happen like middle of the day or some shit. Not middle of the day, but like an hour after the open. Or there's a really good post-earnings setup. Because a lot of my playbooks with options come from playing earnings. So it's like, I'm looking for like gap and go setups or like gap and craps. Like a lot of it's just a gap plays pretty much for the most part. So kind of peeked at a few of the names because options names there are some companies reporting earnings again. And I peeked at some of them and just... nothing really stood out, making me go like, oh, this looks really good. So I think we're just going to kind of chill on that today, unless like obviously something comes up, but that's the plan. So I'm going to get all set up for the morning, get ready to trade, and I'll check in with you guys after. We're going to go read and walk today and like have a good morning. I'm calling it right now. Okay. See you then. What a morning. You guys saw yesterday, I got my ass handed to me. I crushed today on YM, DIA, the Dow. I'll walk you through my whole thesis, but check this out. We got 2,400 on the top one straight to funded account. My live account, we got $4,000 on my live account. TPT Pro, I had two of these, 8,100, and options 8,900. So boom, 8,900 profit DIA calls, 4K on the live account, 8K on TPT Pro times 2, and 2,500 on top one. Pays to read the game plan. What a fucking morning. Holy shit, this is crazy. And check this out. So you guys believe it, for the YouTube, Take Profit Pro, which is a funded account. I can literally withdraw this today. 8,100 right there, right? Then we have a live account, fully live. The settings here, $4,000 on the live account. Okay. And then let's go here. Let's go Robinhood. Boom. Here's DIA. Calls right here. Boom. 8,900 basically. Wow. Look at the portfolio. Almost $100,000. Holy shit. Wow. And that's why you build game plans, and this is why trading can be great, right? Let's walk you through the game plan. Let's walk you through what happened. Okay. So today, flip this around. Today, specifically, market with a recovery, trapping any shorts. Game plan yesterday played out with the line in the sand, but we obviously reclaimed a bunch of stuff overnight. So with all the bank names reporting and notable weakness, I also want to watch YM today to see if we can potentially recover depending on how MS and GS are moving after earnings. This is Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. So Goldman Sachs, Ripper, Morgan Stanley, Ripper, both of these finance names influence the Dow a lot. So on the Dow specifically, let's go to YM way up here. I move this stupid line. Okay, so we have this hanging bar from yesterday. Basically, the whole idea was just this push back up into the top of the range here. So today at the open, let's pull this back a little bit. This was initially the open right here. We got the rip. This was near-term volume point of control. This was the key level I was watching today, 49,500. We end up ripping through it. We pull back. And we kind of digest here for a second, and it's a little ugly and sloppy, but on this deep, steep pullback here into VWAP, this is where I got involved and got long. And I got long on like tons of my different accounts right here. Ended up holding, and then my job from there was just to hold, and then bar by bar, it just really started to prove itself. And I held through literally all this shit up here into 49,760. So from 430 to 760, I caught 300 points. On DIA specifically, the calls, 42.95 up to 495.50. And that is, my friends, how you put together a thesis, how you let the charts prove the conviction of the thesis, and profit accordingly. Wow, what a fucking morning. I can't even add it all up. 9K, let's say in 9K basically from calls from the options, 8K times 2 because it was 2 of the Take Profit Pro accounts. That's 16 grand plus 9, that's 25 grand. Plus my personal live account, another 4, 29 grand. And then also the funded account. I can't pull anything out of that yet, so I don't really fully count that, but like all this other money I can pull out, like literally put in my pocket And that's a good feeling. So holy shit, what a morning. What a morning. Wow. I'm time to chill. Oh my gosh. So that's the update for you guys. Training's crazy. But again, like, 6 years into this, you build conviction, you build a thesis, like what you should watch, what it's doing, what it should do, and let it do its thing. Pays. Damn. Sick. What up? We just finished up some coaching calls. And honestly, just like full of energy and feeling good. And just grateful, man. It's just crazy. Again, the ebbs and flows. Yesterday, I felt so down and depressed, like I showed you guys. And then just today, bounce back. And this is just the life of a trader. It's just like, it's all about self-regulation. Because I just know the bad days don't last forever. I know the good days like this don't last forever. It's ebbs and flows. You're going to go through ups and downs. It's never a consistent, just static feeling. Like, I don't know. Maybe some traders out there can do that. They're like, oh, I'm not as emotional. Just every day I feel the same. I'm not. I'm an emotional dude. I don't know about you guys. I'm a human. Like, I got emotions. I don't know. I'm not a robot. I always say that too. Like, people are like, oh, you're too emotional when you trade or this or that. I'm like, I'm not a fucking robot. Yeah, I'm going to have emotions. So let me enjoy my highs and let me just get through the lows and, and move on. It's just day at a time. We keep going. So anyways, we're feeling good. I think I'm going to end the vlog here on a high note. I'm going to go train right now. And then pretty much I don't really have much to do the rest of the day besides just work on like some other stuff for the business and whatnot. Editing this vlog, that's pretty much like what I have to do and get done. But I think it's a really solid end of the way, or a solid way to end all of it right here for this week. Thank you guys for watching vlog 2. Again, I hope all this kind of helps you guys just see the realistic life of a day trader. Like I said, I don't got a Lambo or anything crazy, but we're working towards the M3. We will get it one of these days. And I love that I can just come on here and just show you guys like, everything I go through. And then again, like whatever you guys want to see, let me know. Last week, you guys said you wanted to see more trade review and then more of my training. So obviously you guys saw it in this vlog. I incorporated a lot of that. So again, anything else you guys want to see behind the scenes, the life of full-time trader and a competitive powerlifter, let me know because I'd love to add more stuff in and just give you guys what you want. So thank you all. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time.